Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'm going to start tanning a hide. And the first thing I have to do is scrape off all that membrane, all that fat and muscle that's on the inside of the skin. And to do that, I'm going to use this. So this is a fleshing beam that I installed a few years ago. It's just basically a big post set in the ground at an angle. The way this is going to work is that I'm going to hold the hide like this. So here it is. I'm going to hold the wet hide like this up against my apron that I made here, and I'm going to scrape the flesh away. I'm going to scrape the flesh away from me. The tool of choice is a draw knife, and this isn't that sharp. This is specifically just for taking the flesh off. It's got a little bit of a curve to it. You can buy these for less than $20 or all the way up to over $100. Okay, first things first, I've got to take my hide hair side down, pinch a little bit of it between my chest and the fleshing beam, and then hold the draw knife and start working it away from me. And you can apply a pretty good amount of pressure because this is dull. Okay, you see this? That's just fat and muscle. That's what we're trying to get rid of. And as we do this, you're going to see that the hide is getting really clean white. That's what we're going to try to do over this whole surface. And all this stuff, we're going to discard. Unless you want to eat it. The key here, really for me, is that this knife is pretty dull. So you're really just pushing. If your knife is too sharp, it's going to cut through the skin. You don't want to cut through the skin. You just want to leave the skin. So if you're seeing the bases of hairs, you're cutting too deep. Sometimes you have to come right off the edge to get that to come off. I've already got flies attracted to this too. And in case you're wondering, I did not kill this fox. I found this on the side of the road on the way to work one day, hit by a car and killed. And if you shoot an animal, then you're going to have the bullet hole that you have to be careful that you don't tear it out at this stage. Okay, I'm going to come back and show you what this is like when it's all clean. This will probably take about a half an hour. Here we go. So now you can see how nice and white all that defleshed inner hide is. The hair, of course, is still on this side. So the next step is to salt it. And I've just got like a 20-pound bag of salt. This is just regular table salt. And you just take a big handful and you really want to work it into all parts of that raw hide. And then finally, you want to roll it up so that the flesh side is inside the hair. So what I'm going to do is just start at one end and just start tightly rolling it. And then we're going to leave this for 24 hours. And then I'm going to wipe off the salt. Then I'm going to do another layer of salt, another 24 hours, then wipe that salt off. So it's 2 different wipings of salt over the course of 2 days. And I'll show you what this looks like after the 2 days is up. All right, it's been the 2 days of salting the inside of the hide. And so now all I'm going to do is brush all of that excess salt off. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to brush off that excess salt off in just a minute, and then I'm going to submerge it in a bucket filled with 1 gallon of water, nice warm water, and half a pound, that's 8 ounces by weight, of salt. So I'm making up another salt solution here. I'm just going to slosh it on with my hand. Here's the hide. I got most of the salt off of there, just brushed it off, and now I'm going to submerge it in there, swish it around, make sure it all gets covered in the brine solution for 15 minutes for a fox hide. It's been 15 minutes. The fox hide has been basically in that saltwater brine solution. So now I'm just going to rinse it with some cold is some lukewarm, clean water. And you'll notice I'm wearing gloves because in just a few minutes I'm going to be using the chemicals. Alright, fox pelt has been in here for just a few minutes, trying to rinse off all that salt basically. So now I'm going to rinse it in some soapy water this time. Some soapy water to get rid of all the grease. I'm just using dish soap. So I'm just giving a little rub-a-dub-dub, soapy little bath. I'm almost ready to put the chemical on there. Now what I'm doing is blotting some of that extra moisture off. Some paper towels. All right, let's talk about the hide tanning solution. This is hide tanning formula. It's available through Cabela's and tanning supply houses online. And basically, I believe this is a chromic acid type of tanning material. So what you're gonna do is put this hide tanning formula, the whole bottle, in some hot water. Put it in some hot water and let it sit there for 30 minutes. And then once it's nice and warm, I'm gonna shake it and apply it to the hide. It's been 30 minutes and this is nice and warm. I'm giving it a nice shake up and I'm just gonna apply it thoroughly using rubber gloves. You could also use a paintbrush. And let's see. There we go. It's beautiful, isn't it? All I'm doing is applying a liberal amount on all of the flesh side. Just the flesh side of this. Okay, now I'm going to fold it on itself again and then wrap it up. Protect all that from drying out. I'm going to leave it for 24 hours. So it's been overnight, and you remember I just put the tanning solution on here. So you see it's all soaked in. And now what you have to do for the next couple days is basically stretch it as it's drying. But you're just trying to stretch some of those fibers in the skin, some of those cellular tissues, basically just trying to stretch it. Now, you see this white stuff right here? That's actually what you want. So it's going to take a lot of pulling. There we go. You see that white stuff right there? Over time, as it dries, the whole thing is going to change from blue to white. Blue actually is the term right now for the skin. So it's just a whole bunch of stretching. All right, it's been quite a while since I tanned this hide, but basically this is the gray fox hide that I just showed you how to tan. And I obviously made it into a hat, and I'm super excited about this. On the back, I've got some coyote fur. And then I've even got, right here, I got a little squirrel tail that I built in. But basically, you can use that tanned hide for anything. And it's a really easy process, and have a good time. Let me know how it works out.